Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday, November 17th, and I've decided to bump up my scheduled DEXA scan to today. So let's go. So before I go any further, I just want to shout out TJ at Peptide for Newbies. He's got a YouTube channel where he's put some of his content out so far, some information about peptides, you know, if you're new to the game. And he also has a Discord and a website where he has different things going on, but I've learned a lot just going through his material, and I've even interacted with him before. So anyways, I just recommend that. I think it's very informative, particularly for people at my level that's just trying to learn more about this and try to, you know, improve their life. So one of the main reasons I'm deciding to do this today and bumping up this schedule from early January or maybe even in late December is I basically am going through a job change. So I'm looking for a new job, and I'm not sure I'm going to have any time in January or even late December to do this. So I'm getting it out of the way, but also it's been like 3 weeks since I've been off Reta, since I took my last injection. My weight has remained actually pretty low. I've actually still been making progress. Basically I would like to see what my body is like just after getting off Reta and with a little bit left in my bloodstream, as it's basically the serum level is going down as it's running out. Also, I just started going back to the gym, and I've had a few workouts so far, and I don't want to influence my lean muscle mass too much after the Reta experiment. So this will give me a good idea of how things have changed for me in the last several weeks since I started Reta. So just to let you know, my last injection was on October 24th, and that was basically, I emptied the 10 milligram bottle of Reta on that day. So I'm actually pretty ecstatic. I'm right about at the lowest I had planned on getting, and I'm very happy with where I'm at. I look and feel a lot better. I can tell that I've lost a lot of visceral fat and a lot of fat overall. When I look at my side profile in the mirror, I can really tell that I've made a lot of progress, and I just feel better overall. And worst case, I still have a vial or bottle of Reta as a backup because I like the idea of redundancy. I do that a lot in my life. I have backups, etc., etc. So yeah, things are going really good. Okay, so at this point I'm going to focus on driving. I'm headed towards the DEXA Fit in West Houston, and they're the place that I've used before. Let's see how that plays out. Oh, and real quick, I'm also doing a Fit3D scan, which is a complement to the DEXA scan. And basically I stand on this platform, it rotates 360 degrees, and it takes a very high detailed picture of my body in 3D, which complements the 2D view of the DEXA scan. And I get a lot of other body composition data from this. Okay, I'm back at the house, and I've reviewed the DEXA and Fit3D data from my before and after scans, and here are the results. And I'm going to go ahead and get my glasses out and read this from the screen here. So from the original weigh-in I had before I started taking Reta, I was 156 pounds of total body weight, 37 pounds body fat, 1.16 pounds of visceral fat, 111 pounds of lean mass, and 6.2 pounds of bone mineral content. And then with the weigh-in today, 140.8 pounds of total body weight, 28.1 pounds of body fat, and that's important because I've lost some good amount of body fat here, 0.99 pounds of visceral fat, leaving me with 107.25 pounds of lean mass and 6.16 pounds of bone mineral content. So I'm noticing from here, I was at 24.1% body fat before and 19.9% body fat now. And what we want to see here is a healthy weight loss, with most of that weight loss being body fat, with as little lean mass lost as possible. Anytime I ever refer to weight loss in any of my videos, by default, you should assume that I mean healthy weight loss. I'm not trying to just get the scale to go down. I want to lose body fat and maintain, or maybe even gain muscle over time. So where did I lose the most in terms of total weight and percentage of weight? So according to this, I lost 15.8 pounds of weight, body weight total. So that's a 10% total weight loss that's reduction basically. I lost 9.2 pounds of body fat, so that's 25% less body fat, and that's all the visceral fat in the body. Or minus 4.2% body fat percentage, so that's good to know. I lost 0.17 pounds of visceral fat, 15% less visceral fat total, and that's roughly 2.72 ounces of visceral fat gone, or 77 grams. And I lost 4.41 pounds of lean mass, which is 4% lean mass. So that's a lot lower reduction compared to the both body fat types. And one thing to keep in mind, when you hear the word lean mass, don't just think muscle. Lean mass is muscle, ligament, tendons, and basically everything else in your body outside of water weight and food weight, basically, and skeleton and fat. So anyways, and I'll issue a correction on screen if I'm wrong anywhere. I'm kind of in the moment here. But the bottom line is, generally on your average person, if you're looking at lean mass and they're not like a bodybuilder, about half that lean mass tends to be like skeletal muscle. So I probably lost 2+ pounds of muscle in 6 weeks. So that's significant. It's not like I got out scot-free here. And then regarding the bone mineral content, 0.04 pounds lost. That's under 1% less bone mass. I'm not really concerned about that because just some exercise, I can gain that back. Plus I'm taking supplements. And that's basically about a ½ ounce or 18 grams lost of bone mineral content. So with the Fit3D data, I was able to pull out most of the interesting stats, for me at least, and that's my torso circumference measurements. There's 3 stats here. And what's important about that for me as a male is this information tells me how much weight I've lost around my chest, my waist, and my hips and buns, basically. And when I say hips, that's my ass, basically. So let's not sugarcoat that. Men store most of the body fat in their waist and in their butt. And these are generally great health indicators to watch when you're losing weight. So before, my chest was 39.8 inches around. Waist was 37.8 inches around, as if you're using like a tape measure. And then hips is 38.4 inches. Now after is 38.9, so I lost 0.9 inches or 3% around my chest. Waist was 36 inches even, so I lost 1.8 inches there. That's 5% around my waist. And my hips, I got to 35.6 inches and I lost 2.8 inches there. So that's 7% or so around my hips. So what this means is I lost most of the weight around my hips and glutes, the next most around my waist, inside the visceral fat is there, as well as subcutaneous, and the least of my torso around my chest. And the chest is a good indicator. If you're losing more weight around your chest than here, then maybe there's something wrong. Maybe you've got some stubborn fat that you're not losing properly here. Maybe there's a medical condition you're dealing with regard to your visceral fat. But long story short is I'm reducing body fat all around my body. And these are the best indicators of healthy fat loss. So that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to have one more video coming out in maybe a week or two where I sort of summarize all this. I need to sort of digest it. Plus I'm having surgery really soon, and I'm going to be introducing some new peptides to the channel as I transition off Reta and into some new territory as I maybe try to recover my shoulder. But I have a deviated septum here. I have a hard time breathing out of my nose, which affects my sleep. And I believe that's a significant factor with my insomnia. So I'm getting surgery Thursday morning to get this taken care of, and then a little bit here. The doctor's going to make sure that I breathe well, and I'm going to have to recover. So you can kind of guess where that's going to go. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.